Hi everyone,
Hi,
I'm Lisa,
I'm Renee.
and together we are the Tapping Duo.
Hi.
Hi. Okay, I before we begin our review of Dancing with the Stars, I need to give a shout out because last night I declared that no one I know watches our video, but it turns out that Mickey, my mother-in-law, does. So, Mickey, hi. I hope you enjoyed today's show, and I apologize for overlooking you last week.
Yeah, because she has commented, hasn't she?
She has, and that was me. So, was there anyone that you wanted to give a shout out to before we got started?
Well, I am very appreciative. I have a list of all my Facebook friends and high school friends that watch. It's very exciting. And you can say it.
So, we want to give a shout out in addition to Joan, Dee Dee, Debbie, Ellie, Kathy Lewis, Taryn, Jack Bell.
Jack Bell's my cousin. He lives back east. Hi, Jack.
Melody, Karen, and there's one more. Luann. Still one more, but I don't know who it is because I can't read the writing. But on another note, until we interject with that name, I just wanted to comment. Renee and I have been having this discussion as to whether anyone but our friends and her students have watched this show. And I noticed last week, and Renee noticed this week, that maybe the powers at ABC do listen to us a little bit.
They
because
do.
The costuming has been so much better the last 2 weeks. So, ABC, if you are watching, thank you.
Yeah, did you notice that all the girls had flesh tone body stocking thingies on attached to their...
Yes.
Isn't it nice?
It's so nice. And they still look...
great.
Attractive and whatever, but I'm now really focusing on the dance. So I appreciate that, ABC. I also noticed that everybody has made an effort to make sure that their dancers are dancing and not posing. Have you noticed that?
Yeah. Well, we got some dancers.
Yeah, because in previous seasons we've kind of dinged on the stars that just stand there.
Yeah.
And I noticed that the choreographers have really made an effort to get their dancers to dance. So thank you.
Okay, great. Go ahead. You start the show today.
I'm pretty chatty today.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Last night was the semifinals for Dancing with the Stars. And you predicted last week who you thought the final three were. And how'd you do? Wait, that would be Niall.
Niall and Ginger Z.
Yes.
And Paige and Mark.
Nicely done.
Well, thank you, America. You have voted correctly. So let's send home who we're going to send home.
Okay.
And we can talk about the dances.
Okay.
These guys stepped up. They really did do a great job. Waynia, you know what? You're a class act. You just are. Lindsay, you did a great job with him. I heard him on Good Morning America this morning that said that she learned so much from him.
Oh, good.
So, and she was also saying that she really loves watching him grow. It even means more than the mirror ball to watch somebody grow so much. So, I really appreciated Lindsay's comments on that because it is, if you're a true lover of teaching and dance, you really, it's not about the prize at the end of the day. It's about the person growing. It's so about the person getting better and better.
And how did Sharna and Antonio do this morning?
They did fine. They did good. You know, he can get back to doing his football and being a dad. And I thought it was an interesting interview with his father. Antonio, I don't know your dad. I appreciate that you are a dad that steps up and you're going to be there for your kids. Because I think some people just are fathers naturally and some are unable to be, even though they really try. I think they try to be a good dad, but it's just not what they do well. But they try. So I'm really proud of you, Antonio, for all that growth and showing your son how to be a good man. So that's awesome. Okay. So let's say goodbye to them.
All right.
Take Waynia.
All right, and here's Antonio.
Put them in our little jar.
And bye, Sharna. We'll miss you. And Lindsay.
We'll miss you both. Okie dokie.
Okay. So now we're back to the three of them. Let's see. Did one of them particularly stand out for you?
Boy, we've got an even field here as far as I'm concerned. I'm going to predict that Niall will win. Only because, not because he's the better dancer, because I think he's brought so much to not just the deaf community, but also to putting that blindfold on last night. He has expanded what dance can be. He really has. He's given other people the idea that, oh my gosh, if Niall can do it, I can do it. And that's just expanding the whole community. Because a lot of us say, well, I'm impaired here, so I better not try.
But I think he's communicated that to the community without having to win. I mean, he's made it all the way to the final week. I'm not sure he's the best dancer.
I'm saying the people that vote will vote because of that. Now, that's my prediction for the reason. Okay? I don't want to take anything away from his dancing. For me, between these two girls, it goes from week to week. Ginger, then Paige, then Ginger, then Paige. Now, seeing the fact that she had dance experience makes me want Ginger to win more.
I thought the same thing.
Because she comes from no dance experience. So she's grown more where she already had it. I don't want to take that away from her, though, because she's
a phenomenal dancer.
Yeah, she is. So, Mark, your choreography is getting better and better. I love that. I love that you're engaged. I had no idea. Congratulations. Val, I think Ginger's been a great match for you. Your personalities seem to... She's a great student, isn't she, Val? She listens to you. I love that she respects him. And then you've got Peta, who I think her life has changed by working with Niall. I think it's just helped her grow. You have to think outside the box. How do I get this guy who can't hear this music to do stuff?
Yes.
Your turn. Go.
Well, I thought Niall's number was good. It didn't move me. I enjoyed Paige and Ginger. I find them both very entertaining to watch. I felt cheated a little bit when I learned that Paige had dance experience because all season I saw her as a fighter. She's still a fighter. So I was surprised to see that training in her. Although now that I know that, it makes complete sense that she is so graceful on the floor. I thought Ginger, having no dance experience, showed the most improvement by far and was very entertaining and becomes the music without any training in it. So I'm rooting for Ginger. What else did I think? That's probably it.
Had a lot of 30s last night.
Well, only the 30s have survived, I think.
Well, Wayne, you got a 30 and...
Well, actually, Niall got a 27 and Ginger got a 27 and Paige got a 29.
Oh my gosh, this whole thing with Ginger and catching her heel in the dress, that has nothing to do with the choreography. So now we need to talk to the costume department, and it just needs to be a little shorter, but she gets knocked off a whole point and not getting a 30 because her heel got stuck in her dress. Come on, Carrie Ann. Stuff like that happens. That has nothing to do with your ability of dancing, right?
Right. But I guess that, when Wanye the previous week tripped on a scarf, he got dinged as well. So either you have to be consistent with that.
Well, did you hear him say no props?
Yes,
there's no props. Oh, I need props.
We're just dancing. So I think next week's show will be interesting. Any of these three could win.
They're all worthy of winning.
Yeah,
all three of them are. It's been a great season.
Yes.
I have a friend. His name's Charlie. He's going to be 85 here pretty soon, and he loved the show until this season. He misses Derek, and he misses Julianne Hough.
Oh.
And he says the show's gone downhill since they're gone. And I said, you know what, Charlie? How great for them to have had a platform to be able to grow in their lives, being only in their 20s. They have careers that, quite frankly, to stay at a level that these pros have for very long is really tough on your body. It's really, really tough, and you need to have, unless you become an owner of a studio, or you do workshops and get yourself out there. You've got to find a career in choreography, and because you can't be the pro, and you get old quick in this field, and it's very short. So I'm happy that Julianne and Derek have both found other careers that make them the choreographers, so they don't have to dance all the time. It's just too tough. It's going to start happening to Mark because he's already getting injuries. I'm sure they feel the weekly grind of it.
Yes.
Lindsay and Whitney are still so young, and their friend Jenna, who are all three really good friends, apparently, out of Utah. And they were on So You Think You Can Dance. They all made it through that. They got to here. Now it'll be interesting to see their next step. Sharna had a girl that partnered with her.
Yes.
I can't remember her name. I'm so sorry. She was phenomenal. I watched her in that trio, and I went, this girl's really good too. Haley. And she's really young, so she might be another pro that's coming up, as long as you can choreograph, right? I also would like to say, Mandy Moore, you have done a phenomenal job on the group dances. They mention her all the time, and she's just an amazing choreographer. She does a really great job.
She does. So next week on Monday, they dance, and we learn the winner on Tuesday.
Is it a 2-hour special?
I don't know. I just know it's a 2-night special.
Okay.
So.
And those of you who watch Survivor, oh my gosh, Wednesday night, 2 hours. We're going to see who wins that. Sorry. I know it's a different station, but it's pretty cool too. There's a 70-year-old guy that just got kicked off last week because
he got sick.
He got very sick. So that doesn't happen very often, but he made it to the end.
I know.
He's 70. I hope things are changing, because when they used to do that, sorry I'm switching to Survivor, but when they used to have the old people that were in their 40s and the young people in their 20s, and they always made fun of the old people, they don't do that anymore. They have older people on there now, and they never mention their age. So I really appreciate that too. There's a lot to be learned by somebody who's older than 40. Right?
Yeah.
You're smiling at me.
Okay.
That's it?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
All right. See you all next week.
See you next week.
Bye.
Bye. Keep waving.